morning, friends, and welcome to this morning's edition of your Espresso Shot. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you today in heart and in mind. So let us begin now. First, as we always do, by placing our awareness in the area of the heart. Let us just place our awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep, gentle breaths, and just visualizing these flowing in and out of our hearts. The heart being at the center of the autonomic nervous system. This just helps us harmonize and balance our biology. So just take a few minutes now to just draw in these wonderful, deep, nurturing breaths and imagine they're flowing into your heart for about 5 seconds of breath in. And as you exhale, imagine you're sending out your love from your heart beyond you, and exhale for 5 seconds. And do this for a few minutes. Notice your body, your biological system just settle down. Just feel every cell in your body. Be in touch with it. Tune into it. This particular practice allows you to become more self-aware so you can sense what your body is trying to tell you. And then through that process, you can sense what source wisdom is trying to come across to you, what messages you're receiving from the great field or matrix. As you take these slow, gentle, deep breaths, you harmonize your heart and your mind and create the ability to have deeper wisdom and intuition. Now sense just what's beyond your body. You will become more sensitive now if you're doing this with slow, deep breaths. You will notice that you can sense the energy field just beyond your body. You'll feel waves. Just tune into that, because that is where the multidimensional properties of the physical body are. So what is just beyond your physical body? Sense that. Bring yourself back to this moment. Thank you so much for joining me once more. Appreciate it. Today's topic is chaotic energies and diseases. One of the things that that as we age or as we move through life and we experience challenges, we experience frustration, we experience joy, perhaps. What we need to understand is who we are in terms of our physical body. One of the things that has been very clear, and not, and we've known this for a while, is an atom is not a physical particle. We may think of it as a physical particle from modeling perspectives, from trying to understand physics a bit more, because what we have to do is we have to decomplexify these models so that we can better calculate the various parameters. But in essence, if you take an electron microscope and you zoom into a particular atom, all you'll see are vortices. Therefore, our physical body, the actual physical part, is only 0.000001% of the entire atom. Now, our bodies are made up of many atoms. Atoms make up molecules, and molecules make up complex systems, like, for example, kidneys and heart. But at the very basic kind of component is nothing but energy field in our bodies. And therefore, we know from studies that our hearts produce magnetic fields that go out 5 to 8 feet beyond our bodies, and these can be measured. Furthermore, what also can be measured are the frequencies of emotions that are encoded on this particular magnetic field of your heart. So everything is really frequency and vibration. Your emotions have a frequency and vibration. Now, if your body is nothing but vibration and frequency, diseases are of a certain frequency. Health is of a certain frequency and vibration. So if we just talk about distilling it down to mere physics of the body, if you have an energy field that's holding a disease in place, because it's a chaotic energy field, a disease is something that is not harmonious with you and your environment. So it is a chaotic thing. And you've heard of situations like trauma causing an emotional distress, causing depression, causing long-term chronic conditions. We know from ancient Chinese medicine that's 5,000 years old and more, is that the root of every disease is in emotions. So if we put all of this wisdom together, and we know that emotions are nothing but frequency and our body is nothing but vibration and frequency, we have to kind of conclude that a particular disease in the body is because there is a chaotic energy field holding it. So how do you resolve that? How do you cure that disease? How do you reduce the symptoms of that disease? Well, what you have to do is overcome the chaotic energy field with a more powerful and a more intense emotion of a frequency that's more coherent. And it sounds very simple and trivialized, but in essence, if you've ever visited somebody in the hospital who's in a lot of pain, and they are overjoyed to see you, perhaps you brought their grandchild with you, like I did when my grandma was on her deathbed. She was on morphine, but when she saw my granddaughter, she lit up. The pain went away for that moment. She just lit up because she experienced an intense emotion that was equal and opposite to the chaotic emotion or the chaotic frequencies that was holding her pain in place. This is the tidbit I wanted to share with you today, is to always remember that be in touch with yourself, tap into your own, become more self-aware by the practice that we're doing here. And when you do be more self-aware, you note the emotions you're experiencing. And if it's an emotion that is something less than joy and gratitude and appreciation, know that you are holding a particular chronic condition in place, or you are perhaps planting a seed for a future chronic condition if that persists. I know that when I was many decades ago, I used to be in the workforce. I was very intense. I was very frustrated. I was very angry. And I had chronic conditions because of that. But you can always unravel it and reverse that by injecting an equal and opposite, more intense emotional vibration of gratitude and appreciation. I hope this was helpful. So let us now, speaking of which, we can begin to do exactly that. Let us begin to plant a seed in our body, which will grow into a measure of coherence that will overtake any trauma that's holding our chaotic energy in place, that's causing a chronic condition. So let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart and take slow, deep breaths and experience this flowing in and out of our hearts, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than we normally would. And now we allow our bodies to experience gratitude, appreciation, joy. And we want to experience a more intense version of this, something more intense than the trauma that's holding our chaotic energy in place. So just summon this particular emotion. Your body doesn't know if you're imagining something that's causing an emotional flow in your body or whether it's actually unfolding before you. Bring forward a remembrance of something that gave you joy and gratitude, and then ask your body to allow you to experience a more intense version of that gratitude and joy. See if you can sense your emotion just beyond your body. That is where it's encoded in the magnetic field that emanates from your heart, in that bubble of space that stretches 5 to 8 feet beyond your physical body. See if you can tune in to what's going on there. Become more self aware of your multidimensional state, because it is all joy, all healing, all diseases first show up in that field before they're manifested in your physical body. So let's start sensing and let's start clearing the energy field by injecting joy and gratitude and appreciation. Begin to sense that field just beyond your body and clean it up there before it has a chance to take root in your physical body. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Those 15 minutes went by very quickly. I'm happy to take some questions or receive some comments. I see there's a couple of them. I'd like to share with you, that if you're a part of our Ignite membership group, there is a video that's going to be posted for our Ignite members, Amplify Your Inner Coach. This is a new body of material that I'm introducing this year, basically shifting our mindset on authority. And if you're an Ignite member, you'll know a little bit more about what this is once you dive into it. This will be uploaded very soon. It's going to be pre-recorded. All right. So I'm ready to take on some questions, and I'll just, check with you what's going on here. Comments. Dil, thank you so much for sending the message. Yeah, you sent me a private message, so I won't share it with the rest. But you're talking about a healing that happened when something joyous happened in your family's life, one individual, and something wonderful happened. So that's great. There are many examples out there for anybody who wants to reach back. We usually kind of dismiss it as coincidence when somebody's all of a sudden feeling wonderful. It's only because their heart's been touched by something beautiful, and just taking somebody out from a hospital bed out into the garden, and just smelling the roses or being in nature, completely healing. And that is because we're vibration and we're frequencies. So the more we acknowledge and recognize that, the more healing that can take place for all of us. Okay. You're welcome, Dil. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Claire and Carol. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Wonderful. If there's no more comments coming through, I just wanted to thank you for joining me this morning. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Same time, same place. Thank you so much. Take care.